In the Know, a radio program talking to the newsmakers in Ogle, Lee, DeKalb counties and beyond, keeping you in the know. Here's your host, Charles Van Horn.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. In studio joining us this morning to talk about all the happenings with a very important Ogle County organization. It's Superintendent Luz Gilkey of the Ogle County Veterans Assistance Commission. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you here. Now, this is a service that's available in, I believe, all the counties in Illinois, right?
Not all the counties, but we are trying to get them in all the counties. So, yes, it's a high percent. Now,
the Veterans Assistance Commission works with those who have served in the armed forces so bravely to help get them the benefits they need. And this is definitely a personal issue for you because, Luz, you have served the country.
Yes, I served in the Army. I served for 20 years, so I'm retired. I went overseas in 97 to Bosnia, so that qualifies me as a wartime veteran. I love what I do. I joined for personal reasons, and it has taught me a lot. So joining the service has been a wonderful experience with me personally, and I love helping veterans. So that gives me the in for the job that I have.
Let's talk about Army life just briefly. Going overseas to strange, interesting places. Bosnia, of course, 97. That's off the heels of the Civil War there. So there's a lot of infrastructure things. And what were some of your duties that you engaged in overseas?
Well, I was on a postal unit.
Yeah.
So I took care of the mail. I was in charge of the night shift. So I really enjoyed that. I had a good staff, let's say. And so the experience was being away from home. I was married 5 years. So it was wonderful to see my relationship at home and then the relationships I did meet overseas. We were blessed that nothing happened while we were there, but we did see a lot of destruction that happened there. So you do get a perspective of how fortunate we are to live where we live.
Serving in the military is quite the sacrifice, really. And a lot of our brave men and women not only sacrifice their time, but sometimes their abilities. And that really is something that's crucial. Now people will think of veterans that need assistance as maybe those that served in wartime, received injuries during wartime or things like that. But obviously, people can find themselves lacking mobility, getting injured, or having other things come up, serving in any of the armed forces at any time, whether wartime or peacetime, and those people still need to be taken care of. When did you discover that veterans' benefits were sometimes hard to acquire or just difficult to get arranged?
Pretty much, you know that when you get out, they tell you that these services, now they tell you that these services are available, but until you hit with somebody that has received a disability or is looking for, or even somebody that is in a veteran service officer position, they'll talk to you and say, hey, why don't you come and see me to see if we can provide you a service. And that's actually how I got started. Is I went to check on my educational benefit, and I went to the VAC, and they helped me with my educational benefits, and then they wanted me to be a work study. And so that's what started for me. And I ended up being part-time then and then full-time. And now I'm here at the VAC in Oregon, and I love it because I am a veteran and I understand the system, and I want to help veterans know that we are here.
That is a big thing, is help. Veterans helping each other. And that's been a thing for a very long time. Just look at all the organizations already in communities, VFWs, American Legions. These are all sort of homegrown ways where veterans are coming together to assist each other. And you guys are adding a whole other layer to that of being an organization that will help people. I mean, help is a big thing. For example, let's say you have a veteran that comes in who just has a vague idea of what benefits are available to them. what are some of the unknown facets of benefits that a veteran could be eligible for that they just don't know about that you guys can steer them in the right direction?
Well, in our office, we do definitely train all our staff to ask all the questions, and we pretty much start from scratch. We have them because they'll tell us, oh, no, nothing happened. And then you end up getting 100% because they didn't realize that there was things in their record that they're still having issues with that we help them with. So being able to give them educational benefits, the VA disability compensation, VA pension, burials, health care, changes in discharges. There's other state and federal benefits that we can gear them to. And and even increases for their disabilities.
If you are in the military right now, and again, thank you for your service. If you have on the horizon your discharge coming up, if you're like, you know what, maybe in March I'm going to be out, I've done 6 years or whatever your commitment was, I assume they give you a manila envelope and drop you off at a bus stop, right? I mean, isn't that sort of how that relationship
yes,
ends?
That feels like it, yes.
Yeah, but there's important stuff in that manila envelope you need to hang on to.
Oh, definitely. Your DD-214 is very crucial. If you register it at your local recorder's office, that is a first step because you might not think it's a big deal now, but later on in the future, 10, 20 years from now, something has happened to you. So it's good for them to have it because if you lost it or it was burnt or whatever, you can go there and you can find it. So that's the one thing you can do.
And asking the military for those records sometimes can be tough. I'm sure that your organization has to reach out to, the Coast Guard, the Navy, those places and be like, we need records from this individual. How tough is that to sort of gather those documents back together again?
Well, the NPRC, National Personnel Records Center, and the archives, you can do that online. But I usually have the veteran come in, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Or I will walk them through over the phone to try and do that online. Otherwise, I have them come in, and we will do it for them and request it. And it will go directly to their home, not to us. Sometimes they think it comes to us, or it comes through the email, so they do have to pay attention to their inbox and their junk mail because sometimes it will go there, and they only have about a month to be able to get those records if they sent them online in the email.
Let's talk about the Ogle County Veterans Assistance Commission, how it's organized and how it came into fruition. Because to put it bluntly, your organization helps get benefits and compensation into the pockets of those who have served the country who are residents of Ogle County. And that federal or state dollars replaces what the veterans would be spending on their own. I mean, it's a big economic impact to the county to have an organization like that do these things. And your team does a lot of work, and the veterans aren't charged one penny for this. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yes, it is. If the word of mouth can get it out there, and being here with you, this is amazing because the Ogle County community doesn't know we're there, and it's learning through word of mouth. I mean, we have other county locations that come to us because the word of mouth is out there that we are here. So spreading that word is very beneficial. That helps them to get the records, to get the information and the benefits. And so the county realizes that this is an important being here. And also there's other organizations here in the county that are also helping, like the IDVA. Mm-hmm. We work in conjunction. We're not fighting against each other because we're two different organizations, but it's because of not having the community know that we are here. Spreading that word is very important.
And that's the difference between your organization and the VA. The VA handles just one narrow set of train tracks, as it were, to benefits. And you guys know of all the different assets for benefits, even down to the local level, right? Are there things that Ogle County has for benefits for veterans that you can help steer them towards?
Property tax is one very important thing thing we can refer veterans to. So they come in, we help them fill out the P-Tax 342, P-Tax 342R. We send it to the the assessor's office, and we need their summary letter of benefits, their DD-214, and we fax it over to them, or the veteran can take the documents and take it to them. That's a very important piece because it decreases their property tax or nulls it if they have a certain percentage.
And that's important for veterans on fixed incomes. I mean, because I imagine serving the country and then coming back and discovering that Ogle County wants to take your house away because you can't pay the bills. And I mean, and that's a fantastic thing that you guys are helping arrange for the veterans.
Yes, it is. And it's very important that they do know that benefit is out there. A lot of veterans do know because it's been mentioned in the media. So hopefully this will help them even more.
And if you have questions about it, again, I mean, you could go to the recorder's office. They'll probably, or the county office to get help. But if they go to you guys, you can get it all done and then some, and explore other benefits that might be missing out. Especially even if you have local veterans in distress.
Yes.
You guys can do some immediate help as well.
For mental health is very important. I try to walk them through the process so they don't get overwhelmed. We try to make everything as simple as possible. It's pretty much sign here and this is why. Sign here, this is what you need to do. So we make it so much easier, and I know the word of mouth has come back to us saying that you make it so much easier because there's so much paperwork, and we know what we need to fill out and complete, so it makes it much easier.
The bureaucracy of getting benefits for veterans. I mean, if you're not familiar with the military structure and how we treat those that have fought in the armed services in this country, it is kind of jaw-dropping sometimes when you find out how much we don't support the troops when they're out of the field. And it really, it's true, you know, how they put all these roadblocks and barriers in place. And again, if you don't know anything about the Veterans Assistance Commission, they are in different counties. If you are in like DeKalb County, they have their own organization. Lee County, I believe.
Yes.
They have their own organization as well.
But the Lee County does not have a permanent veteran service officer.
Okay.
So usually Lee County comes and sees us.
So, and this is based on residence. So if you're Ogle County, of course, you see the Ogle County Veterans Assistance Commission. But if you're in another county, you should see the one in your county. But again, if they have questions, you can steer them in the right direction.
The VAC in Ogle County, if you need financial assistance from our office, you have to be resident of Ogle County. If you are want to get VA benefits, we can help. But yes, it is easier to go to your facility in your county,
Now, where is your guys' office located at?
Our office is 1302 Pines Road in Oregon, Illinois, 61061. And we're right in front of the DMV, so if you know what that is. Yeah.
And there's like a daycare next door, too,
Yes.
right? So there's a playground, storage units, and then you guys in the middle there.
And there's also a beauty salon, so yeah, we're in the middle there.
A good little office you guys just got there in the last year.
Actually, we've been there, yes, I believe it is, yes.
Yeah. So just in the last year, you guys have got that. And if you are a veteran in Ogle County and you have zero benefits or zero anything, and you've been out of the service 5, 10, 20 years, and you just think the government's walked away from you, that isn't the case. You need to get to the VAC.
And always remember, even though you didn't think nothing happened during the service, please come and see us because we start from scratch. We look at your records and then we see if there is something. And usually there is something we can help you with, even as to locate the DD-214.
And if you're a caregiver of a veteran and you don't understand the documents coming in the mail, probably get a hold of you guys, right?
Oh, definitely. Family members of veterans, again, we can do survivor benefits. So that is very important to even check out. If you have a spouse that was a veteran, passed or didn't, you just come on and see us. We'll try and see what we can do for you.
And finally, the one last, the big number that you guys have brought in new and retroactive benefits so far in 2024. That's this year. So since January 1, you guys have brought in, is my understanding, over $370,000 in benefits, retroactive and current, for veterans. And that's just for this year of Ogle County. I mean, that's incredible.
Yes, it is. It's amazing how far we've become. I've been here since June 1st of 2021. We started, I think, with 28 veterans on the books. We have 800 plus veterans. In our office, we have a secretary / administrative. We have a veteran service officer and myself, superintendent, and I also am a veteran service officer. So we are doing amazing work.
It's a handful of people bringing in thousands to the veterans in need in Ogle County. Luz Gilkey, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this week's In the Know. The program returns next week at this time with another great conversation with someone from your community.